Greetings, and welcome back, friends. We have lots of quests to work on today, as we hit the middle of questing from Brill on our Undead Rogue. Look how full this world map is of quest objectives. We might as well start right over here, taking some of these pesky greater duskbats out. Gretchen Deadmar wanted us to get her some of these duskbat wings, along with some coarse thread. She wants these things because she's finding herself feeling colder and colder, and she wants to make a nice blanket for herself. It's sort of sad, because she fears she's becoming a mindless one. We certainly wish her the best on her path, just like Dwight did for Jim on his path in the office. Do you remember that great episode? Season 3, Episode 17. Finally, we found a skinning trainer. Nice. Our first profession. Deathguard Liena wants us to assist the bulwark to the east. Deathguard Linnea wants us to kill 8 bleeding horrors and 8 wandering spirits, and then report back to her. We'll talk more about the bulwark later. If only I had gotten a skinning knife earlier, these would have been our first skins. But anyways, let's go get a skinning knife and a mining pick, so we can actually farm some as we level. These mounts and skills and bags aren't going to pay for themselves. Skinning knife, check. Mining pick, check. I guess it is time to go tell Magistrate Severin the news that the Scourge is encroaching on their lands. Nice. Ding level 8. We're looking pretty good, aren't we? I like the Magistrate, he seems like a swell Forsaken. Let's go pick up some rogue skills to help us level. I wonder what we get next. Rank 2 Eviscerate, nice. More pew-pews. Evasion. Looks like that will help us with our survivability. Well, all these new skills. Let's go see if they'll help us pay the bills. Zeppelins sure are cool looking, aren't they? Almost done with these pesky dusk bats. We have 3 of our 5 pelts. Nice, our first 2 skins. We've always loved skinning in WoW. It's such a rewarding profession. You kill so many skinnable mobs in WoW, and you can make money off of them. And it just sounds cool too. Don't you think? Rank 2 Eviscerate is OP, don't you agree? Apothecary Johan wants 5 of these Darkhound blood samples to test a nasty theory he has on making a new plague. Honestly, that sounds pretty horrible. But we have to get that XP. So, cursed Darkhounds, look out. They don't all drop what we need, but at least we can skin them. The Zeppelins are the floating blimps and airships you can use for convenient travel. The Zeppelins dock for about 60 seconds before they move on. It seems like we're doing okay even without horrible gear. Nice, we were able to kill that duskbat and aggro, and kill a Darkhound, and not be near death. It is said each Zeppelin keeps its own schedule. For example, that from Undercity to Orgrimmar runs every 3 minutes and 59 seconds, while Undercity to Gromgol runs every 5 minutes and 15 seconds. They make add-ons which help time the arrival and departure times if you like to nuke stuff out like that. We don't care about tracking their timing that closely. It's never that big of a deal to just wait for them to arrive. Nice, and we are done with gathering up these duskbat pelts. That's 1 quest turn in ready. Now we can just focus on burning these cursed Darkhounds down. These Darkhounds don't stand a chance. Back to vampires for a second before we move on from these bats and cursed dark hounds. Did you know that vampires cannot see their reflections in mirrors? Vampires also hate the sunlight, can't stand garlic, and are injured by holy water and crosses. And as we are grinding and counting the drops we need, did you know all vampires have arithmomania? Arithmomania is having a strong urge to count everything you see. That explains why the vampire on Sesame Street is named the Count, and is always counting. Man, these cursed dark hounds are making us work for this last drop. Come on, drop it. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can take two on at the same time here. We almost got aggro on that Scarlet Crusader too. I think we would have been okay, but I don't know. Nice, done with those cursed dark hounds. Another quest ready for turn in. Now we can focus our attention once again on the pesky Scarlet Crusaders. Here, we are hunting at a brigade in a ruined tower to the southwest of Brill. We will be hunting some Scarlet Missionaries, Scarlet Zealots, and Captain Perini. Captain Perini is in charge down here. He is part of the Tirisfal Regional Command. Interesting note of trivia, Captain Perini is named after a former coach of the Los Angeles Kings. The coach's name was Don Perry. He is also one of 3 Scarlet Crusade captains named after former Kings coaches. Do you like hockey? We must admit, it is fun to watch sometimes even though we have no clue what is going on. I think the 2004 Kurt Russell movie Miracle is our favorite hockey movie. So this is the Undercity sewer entrance. You fly in and out of the Undercity here. It's pretty gross, right? And I also never understood why the sewers occupy high ground. Wouldn't you think they'd be at a low point, for obvious reasons? Or maybe the 1992 movie The Cutting Edge. The ultimate love escape relationship movie. Topig. Zadormi here is a Keepers of Time representative. We believe they offer transportation back and forth in time and space to adventurers. We are pulling these guys pretty good. I wonder how long this lame gear will last us. Making a tune on a fresh server with no help from a main or friends is tough. Tough, but fun. Don Perry was a rough and tough hockey player apparently, and posted a 52, 85, and 31 record with the Kings. His career was highlighted by the dramatic comeback known as the Miracle on Manchester. The Kings trailed the Edmonton Oilers 5-0 in the third period of Game 3 of a 1982 playoff series. They rallied to win 6-5, forever cementing Perry and that win in Kings lore. Here we go, Captain Perini and his bodyguard. Not the Mama. One down. Now on to the captain. We'll pop a health pot there just to be safe. He shoots, he scores. Another quest ready to turn in. Woot. This old abandoned tower is pretty cool, don't you think? I bet it was pretty back in the day. Let's get some more rings since it is easy here. We love watching the quest objectives thin out on the world map as we complete them, don't you? You know what? Maybe the 1992 hockey film The Mighty Ducks with Emilio Estevez is the best hockey movie. Who knows, there's so many good options. Up? Not the mama. Run away. That was close. Just a few more rings here. And we can move on. Let's try that again, my friend. That's better. Just one more ring. Come on, you know you want to drop it. Why didn't you drop the last ring? We hope you're enjoying the video and the music. Come on, you know you want to drop it. Goodness gracious. You stingy zealots. There we go. Another quest ready for turn in. Finally, it's happened to me. Right in front of my face, and I just cannot hide it. Remember that 1991 song Finally by Cease Penistan? I bet Cold Hearth Manor used to be a very nice place. We wish we could have a little plot of land like this one day. I guess we need to hit 50 subscribers before we dream too big, haha. Since our bag space is, well, pathetic, we might as well stop in the lovely Cold Hearth Manor to make a little space and make a little coin. This is Stillwater Pond. It is a small lake located west of Brill. Before the plague of undeath, it was a popular site for picnics. Oh, how cool is this? This is the powerful Darkhound Bane. He roams around the pond, feasting on the unwary. Bane is a rare mob Darkhound on a 1.5 to 2 hour respawn timer. We got him. Stillwater Pond offered swimming opportunities for children who were not yet old enough to test their mettle in the much larger and deeper Brightwater Lake. Now the pond lies grey and forgotten, and only wandering undead and wild beasts set their eyes on its cold waters as they pass by. This is the Agamand Mills. It is a vast array of windmills. They were once owned and ran by the Agamand family. This is Devlin Agamand. Devlin Agamand was the youngest of the siblings that owned the mills. Delvin was the first to fall under the influence of the Scourge and give the undead access to the mills. Because of his betrayal, Devlin was outcast by his siblings and now is forced to wander the outskirts of the mills. Do you remember the 2011 Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston movie Just Go With It? Every time I hear the name Devlin now, I think of that movie. BRB, bio. Haha. Agamand was the name of a rich family that settled in northern Tiraspol Glades. They possessed a large area including these mills, and even their own family crypt. The town New Agamand in Northrend is named after them as well. Oh sweet. A small pouch. Every little bit helps. Thank you, Rattlecage Soldier. And finally, a notched rib. Now, however, the mills are vacant, and the Agamand ghosts, unaligned with the Forsaken, haunt their former home. Many animate skeletons can be found here as well. When the Scourge attacked Lordaeron, the Agamands decided to hold fast to their home. The Agamans ordered their farmhands to remain on the property to defend it. This is tangential, but doesn't this farmhouse look like the Alamo? Let's tackle Nissa later. Let's go get the other roaming scourge we need to find here. Although the crypts were a very defendable position, and by far the strongest point in the mills, their effort ultimately proved to be in vain. The Agamans and their farmhands were massacred by the scourge. Now, most of them are acting in service of the scourge. However, a select few did break away and became Forsaken instead. Two of which are Coleman and Yvette Farthing. They were a pair of brother and sister who made it out from being scourge. Coleman is seething with revenge against the Agamans for forcing him to fight and die in vain. It makes sense, then, that he sends adventurers to end the undead family that still roam the mills. The windmills here appeared in the background of the opening cinematic for World of Warcraft, behind the undead warlock. We just need to get some distance here, so we don't pull both these mobs at once. I'm not sure we can take them both, we'll play this safe. This is Gregor Agamand. Gregor Agamand was Devlin and Thurman's father. These mills are perhaps the largest scourge outpost in the Tirisfal region, and likewise pose the biggest immediate scourge threat to Brill. And, as you'll see, on our follow-up quests here to the crypts, they prove to be quite difficult for us to deal with on our character here. Let's put a mark on this guy's head, and stalk him a little. To that point, we ended up needing the help of a fellow adventuring warlock we were lucky enough to meet to help finish the quest line out. We were so thankful they were questing out here, and willing to help us out. Yet, another endearing thing about these older WoWs. You really did need help at certain times to do some quests. That type of hardship made the leveling grind fun and memorable. It was fun because it wasn't easy mode 100% of the time, and if you weren't careful, you would die and have to run back to your corpse over and over. And it was memorable because when you got certain things done, it was a big accomplishment. And meeting people in the world was often fun, because you know, people can be crazy. Like Leroy Jenkins. This is Thurman Agamand. Thurman Agamand was Devlin's brother. Nice. I think that makes us done with all these named mobs in the Agamand family we needed to kill, except for the last one, Nissa. Let's head that way now to get her in the barn house. Man, their character animations are pretty cool. Which did you like best, Devlin, Gregor, or Thurman? BRB, bio real quick, haha. That's a tormented spirit. It's a rare banshee who haunts the mills and can sometimes be mistaken for Nissa. Maybe she pats into this upper room, and we can just ninja kill her up here. Sweet. This is Nissa Agamand. Nissa Agamand was Gregor's wife. She haunts the farmhouse. She is also the only incorporeal undead of the family. The rest of them were gals. The Scourge in Agamand Mills are led by a skeleton named Captain Dargol. He's the last guy we have to deal with in this quest line. He resides in the Agamand family crypt, which is directly to the north of the mills. Dargol uses the Agamand family crypt to raise the ancestors of the Agamands. He uses them against the citizens of Brill, who must be constantly alert for their attacks. Although Dargol uses necromancy to raise the ancestors of the Agamands to use against the Forsaken, he only uses melee in battle. Coleman Farthing states that Dargol had a vicious temper when he was alive, and that undeath suits his personality. He proved to be so hard for us to kill, we couldn't agree more. We'll come back here and conduct a full reconnaissance of these crypts after these turn INS. But we know exactly where the crypts are now. Spoiler alert, we are going to know the path back from the graveyard too, because they make us earn getting his remains. Now we'll head back to Garen's haunt to finish that business we had with Maggot Eye. You know what they say. If the third time isn't the charm, it's the seventh. Here's to hoping we knock Maggot Eye down this time. My goodness, this bag space thing is getting a bit ridiculous, don't you think? And we only have 6 silver still. Laughing out loud. Gotta love this gritty old game. This turn in will be nice. Here we pick up our doomweed for Apothecary Holland, who says it is for Lady Sylvanas. But I'm pretty sure it's just for him. If you can't trust the undead, who can you trust? Am I right? Okay. Here come the Maggot Eye pulls. Uh-oh. We pulled 3. Yes. Ding level 9. Gotta love those dings at the perfect time. 3 mobs on you, you are going to die, and then ding. Full health. Never out of the fight. Let's make some more bandages. How rude. You interrupted us. Now, let's make those bandages. We have plenty of linen cloth to level up first aid some. In Classic WoW's first aid was so important for melee toons like our rogue here. Being able to bandage will keep us questing, and not having to stop and eat and drink so much. We'll make these until they turn yellow. There we go, let's roll. And now for Maggot Eye. Much better. Thanks for the poor Maggot Eye. This has been a great quest loop, don't you think? All that hard work about to pay off. Just a few more doom weeds. The Death Knell starter quests were fun and tight. The connection quests to Brill were seamless. These Brill quests have been fun. Look at that clean map. Look at all those quests turn INS. Very cool. Can't wait to see what's next as we finish up Brill and head to the Undercity for the first time. Yeah, there's no doubt this guy just used us to get more of these for his potions. Oh well. XP is XP. Well, it looks like Deathguard Dillinger is done with us after we turned in those ribs and souls. Oh nice, now Apothecary Johann is sending us to kill Murlocs. And, even cooler, he's giving us the linking quest to move us into Silverpine Forest. Ah, the turn-in for Maggot Eye. Finally. It's sad, but that is a nice upgrade. And it is not even green. Now Executor Zygant wants us to kill Captain Vatchin and 5 Scarlet Friars. That is original, don't you think? Go kill more of this, and more of that, and come back to me. Yes, time to clear the little bag space we have. I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. Did you like that old 1995 Tim McGraw song? It's okay to admit you did. Time to turn in all the Agamand Mills drama. And of course, help Gretchen Deadmar make her blanket. We certainly wish her the best. Boom. Ding. Level 10. Say something. Woot woot. Man, we're looking good. Time to see what the old rogue trainer wants with us now. A quest. Hopefully it will give us a good reward. Oh, slice and dice. Very nice. More pew-pews. And sprint. Finally, we're becoming more of a rogue. And sap too. Man, level 10 is a big level for rogues. Let's go ahead and make this in our home for giggles. Why not, right? Since we don't have any mains we're using to try and keep this a rustic old core leveling experience, we'll keep some of this stuff to sell on the auction house. And we have our next quest loop shaping up quite nicely. Time to go talk to the nice old magistrate. Of course, he wants us to go to the crypts and kill 8 wailing ancestors and 8 rotting ancestors, as well as Captain Dargol. Sounds straightforward enough. Boy, do we have to earn this quest completion. Can you guess how many death runs we have to make to get it done? All these rogue skills now. We actually feel kind of like a rogue now. We have no idea how to really play a rogue, but we're having fun learning. So, now that we have completed that quest loop, we are really going to boogie now. We have already ran through here on previous quests, so we are going to smartly make our way to the Whispering Shore, so we can get our first Murloc kills on. We always like the Murlocs in WoW. They have very funny and peculiar mannerisms, and their language is quite humorous as well. It's close between which is cooler, Murlocs or Ogres. What do you think? Don't you love it when mobs flee and bring some of their closest friends with them back to you? The gifts that keep on giving. So this is the Whispering Shore. It is a small stretch of coast located in western Tirisfal Glades. It is just north of the Soladin farmstead, where we gathered up all those pumpkins, dealt with Farmer Soladin, and the Scarlet Crusaders they allied with. While this area on the coast used to be a popular spot for fishing, it is now the site of a band of Murlocs ravenously attacking anyone who wanders near. The water off the coast is cold and dark, and nothing remains of its former bounty or beauty. The fierce Murloc Muad is the leader of the invaders. An interesting note of trivia for you June fans out there, together with another member of the Vile Fin tribe named Dib, Muad is a reference to Muad Dib from Frank Herbert's book June. Well, that was embarrassing. We thought that Murloc had dropped aggro and was resetting. Looks like we were wrong. We'll really speed up these death runs so we can get back to questing. How fortunate are we? This is Mr. Muad himself. Maud is a rare Murloc on a 1 to 2.5 respawn timer. Murlocs are a bipedal, amphibious humanoid race mostly residing along coastlines, lakeshores and riverbeds. Murlocs tend to dwell in amply populated coastal settlements, and it is unusual to find individuals wandering too far from their compatriots. Come on you pesky Murlocs, drop these vile fin scales. Apothecary Johann wants these to continue his nasty plague research. According to Bran Bronzebeard, Murlocs are smarter than what other races think, in large part because they are smart enough to not let anyone know how smart they are. Murlocs are a very ancient race of Azeroth, who evolved to survive in Azeroth's dangerous aquatic environments. Based on several accounts and clues, it is now believed that Murlocs, or, more appropriately, their ancestors, may predate trolls. These ancient Murlocs lived in the ocean's depths and therefore were never known to the world's early land-dwelling races. Let's try sap out here some. Haha. We still got 3 there. We'll use a health pot, just to avoid another untimely death. Run back to this lovely place. This lovely place with stingy Murlocs that don't like dropping their vile fin scales. Murloc's history is shrouded in mystery. This is due not only to the fact that these creatures appeared on Azeroth's shores fairly recently, but also because Murlocs shun mortals, holding little tolerance for other races, and rarely, if ever, speak anything but their own garbled language. In recent times, these creatures have been moving inland steadily from their oceanic dwelling places, and inhabiting more areas of Lordaeron and the rest of Azeroth. There we go. Now onward to where we have big troubles. This move inland has resulted in them adapting to freshwater lakes and rivers. Several clues point to the fact that their steady infiltration of the world's landmasses may be a coordinated effort. Whether or not this enterprise has been undertaken strictly of their own accord is not yet known. Here we are back at the Agamand Mills, and this trip we are focusing on the Agamand crypts. This is a good time to talk about what the color of quests mean. As you can see, all of our quests are yellow except one. Yellow quests mean they are most likely appropriate for your level. You should be able to complete them with moderate difficulty, and not be too likely to die. You kind of just cruise through them basically like we are. We do have one orange quest though, and it is the one we are heading to now. As you know, we are here to kill 8 wailing ancestors, and 8 rotting ancestors. We kill way more than that when this quest is all said and done. Laughing out loud. These rotting ancestors hit like Mack trucks, don't they? You will notice that the family crypt is orange. This means that this quest is going to be difficult at our current level. This means take caution. Danger, Will Robinson. This means you are more likely to die and have trouble completing this quest. Green would mean the quest should be really easy for you. Red would mean you're not likely to get it done because it's basically a suicide mission. Even though it is orange, let's go kill some of these mobs we need to burn down to test them out. Well, we've already got 5 of these wailing ancestors knocked down, and a few of these Chad-like rotting ancestors. But as hard as these guys are hitting us, and as fast as they are respawning, we will temper our expectations and just settle for some nice recon here. We will also just see if we can be a sneaky rogue and sneak down and take a peek at the layout of this crypt. Let's take a peek-see down here to see how we should do this. Man, there are a lot of mobs here. They are packed in like sardines, aren't they? Yeah, this isn't going to happen right now at this level in this gear. But wait, maybe someone else in zone chat is on this quest. It's a long shot now though. Because sadly, when leveling now in these older WoWs, it is few and far between in seeing fellow adventurers. But there's gotta be a chance. Let's test out sprint here. Let's work on that cardio. Cardio. Let's hope these guys all reset. Okay. They did. You know what? We won't be able to do this right now. Let's just bounce out of here, and we will come back when the quest is yellow. Mellow yellow. Spoiler alert, we still die a lot in the next episode. It's quite comedic, friends. Make sure to tune into our pain train next time. We need to pick up mining pretty bad. We need more gold, and mining and skinning will help with that. However, we do meet a fellow adventuring warlock that helps us out. Oh hey Bane, you good boy. Not the mama. So thankful we ran across them. Did you notice? We also have bags in each slot now. We will slowly but surely get to that first gold, and even those sweet 16 slot bags. We'll head back into Brill here to turn in with Johan. He now wants us to bring him 4 samples of venom from a vicious spider web to continue his plague research. We will clear out some bag space again and organize ourselves a little here in Brill. Again, we need to keep this stuff to sell on the auction house to help us get our money for our riding training and mount at 20. We need 4 gold for the training and 1 gold for the mount itself. We'll head to the farm over here to knock this quest out, where we will again face off against the Scourge. Unfortunately, it has become a haven for interloping Scourge. The citizens of Brill focus a lot of their defense on combating the Scourge threat here at the Balnir farmstead. They send adventurers like us here to thin them out a little. At some point, we will need to look up the best leveling spec for rogues. Do you have any ideas? We think we will just level subtlety. We want to try the playstyle out, because we do like the thought of PvP. So, although it might not be as fast as combat spec leveling, sub-spec leveling is still pretty fast from what we have read, and is the better PvP spec. This is the Balnir farmstead. If you like horses, this would have been a place you would have loved. The Balnir farmstead is one of the many places in the kingdom of Lordaeron that used to belong to the farmers who lived here. Obviously, it has since fallen into the hands of the Scourge since the plague of undeath. Now, spirits and animated corpses wander the fields and inhabit the barn. They are ready to assault anyone who approaches. Here at the Balnir farmstead, we have to kill 8 wandering spirits and 8 bleeding horrors. Ha, Felison's Shade thought they were going to get us, but not tonight. We will mark it though because it is clearly on a patrol, and knowing our luck, it will definitely sneak up on us. We just love these old farm graphics. It makes us think of Shrewd Farms. We wonder what crop they used to grow here. Do you think it might have been beets? Bears, beets, Battlestar Galactica. Maybe it was carrots, since this particular farm was renowned for its horses. Horses do like carrots, right? Mr. Ed, did we think? Man, that stun and heal is going to be nice when we actually get bandages that do some healing. This is a pretty little area. We bet this was a very nice little spot back in its heyday. And now for you horse lovers. Arthasmenethil's beloved steed in life and death, Invincible, was born, buried, and later resurrected to undeath on these lands. Here's Invincible's grave. You can see it is empty. Invincible means too powerful to be defeated or overcome. I guess that makes sense seeing as his grave is empty here. It has been open since the zombie infestation on October 19th and 20th of 2008. Do you remember that? Man, was that annoying. Also, for you horse fans, King of Stormwind also rides a horse descended from this stock. His name is Reverence. Reverence means deep respect for someone or something. Ha, there's Felicent's shade again. Glad we marked them. Let's go ahead and see if we can best them here. Why not? YOLO. Not the mama and heal. Well, when we get better bandages that will work, I bet. Almost done here at the Balnear Farmstead. Felicent's shade is on a 1.5 to 2.5 hour respawn timer. We like the quests you can just kill a certain amount of mobs and move on better than the ones you need to accumulate a certain amount of drops. This isn't related to WoW, but there was a horse in 2004 called I Am Invincible. WoW came out in 2004 as well. I Am Invincible had a very successful career and has sired 14 individual Group 1 winners. We are really close to being done here. We will then shift fires back to the Scarlet Crusade. So here, in Brill, it seems like the threats have been the Scourge, the Gnolls, the Murlocs, and the Scarlet Crusade. The fight is real. Okay, shifting gears now back to the Scarlet Crusade near Balnear Farm. This is the Crusader Outpost. It is a scout tower located in eastern Tirisfal Glades. It is clearly under the control of the Scarlet Crusade. The Scarlet Crusade uses this outpost to keep an eye on the main road through the glades south of the hills the tower has been built on. It also provides for flanking opportunities against enemies who try to assault the Scarlet Monastery. This particular tower is commanded by Captain Vatchin. He is one of the 3 Scarlet Crusade captains named after a former coach of the Los Angeles Kings. He is named after Rogue Vatchin. Man, these bandages and cannibalization are key. Rogue Vatchin played for the LA Kings at one point in his career, and later was their coach. Let's try and kill the good captain here now. Let's sap this friar, and try to burn the captain down, then deal with the Friar. He was considered the best goalie in his time. He never let anyone score a penalty shot on him his entire career. And his number 30 was the first jersey number ever retired by the Kings in a ceremony on February 14, 1985. That went perfectly. Let's try that again. Oops. That was horrible. Run away. Let's bandage up. We hope you are enjoying the gameplay and the commentary. In this video, we are trying this text-to-speech software. Let us know what you think of it in the comments below. Let's try to just pull this one guy here. Nice, we just got him. Now let's kill the sap we sapped. And let's not leave this guy feeling left out, let's kill him too. Almost done here, friends. Just one more. Oh my. That was almost bad. Not the mama. And there was number 5. We are done here. Let's get out of here. And now we come to the Venomweb Vale. Venomweb Vale is a wide valley located in eastern Tiraspol Glades. It is just south of the Scarlet Monastery. It's such a lovely sounding place, isn't it? The type of place you just want to go on a vacation and be with venomous spiders that are bigger than you are. Yeah, right. Said no one. Ever? So here we have to get 4 vicious night web spider venom samples. While the Vale used to be a haven for hunting deer and rabbits, its trees verdant and the grass green, it is now a tainted place full of poisonous and deadly spiders. The spiders here are led by Shri Skulk. Shri Skulk is a rare spider on 1.5 to 2.5 hour respawn timer. Unfortunately, we do not cross paths with her on this trip, but that's quite okay, because we don't really like spiders. Except of course, maybe the ones in the funny scene in Megamind where he's trying for some shock and awe on Roxanne Ritchie. Venomweb Vale was the traditional meeting place of the Council of Tiraspol, and the place where the first Guardian of Tiraspol was empowered. The spiders in the area were created by a member of the Council in a mad bid to secure the meeting place. In the northern part of the valley, Darkhounds roam near the Scarlet Encampment, a Scarlet Crusade camp under the command of Lieutenant Sanders. These spiders are stingy, but they are falling fast. I'm surprised our horrible gear is holding up so well, honestly. I thank you, Spider, for giving us a drop. Did you know, according to taxonomists, spiders are an invertebrate. They are not insects, but rather they are arachnids. They have 8 legs, and they are on every continent except Antarctica. Uh-oh. This is going to be close. I hear Antarctica is really nice this time of year. Maybe we should look into moving there. Oh man, we was at 12 health. What a waste of a health pot. Oh well, you can't win them all, I suppose. Let's scurry back real fast here. All was not lost. At least we got a drop there from the mob we killed. And look at that luck. He gave us a drop too. Let's use sprint, and make like a tree, and leaf. We will make our way over to the bulwark now just to pick up the flight path honestly. We'll then make our way to the Undercity and end this episode there. We hope you guys have enjoyed this video. We worked hard adding the voices and the pictures instead of the words. Let us know what you think about it in the comments below. So like we said earlier, the bulwark is a critical battle line in the Forsaken's fight against the Scourge. The bulwark is a battle line which protects Tirisfal Glades from the Plague Lands to the east. There's a flight path here too, which will come in handy later for sure. The citizens of Brill have taken it upon themselves to be the bulwark's rear guard. They also help fight at the bulwark, and also protect its supply lines. Occasionally, Scourge still slip past the defenders of the bulwark from the Plague Lands, and pose a threat to Brill. A bulwark is by definition a defensive wall. It can also be a person, institution, or principle that acts as a defense. Additionally, a bulwark is an extension of a ship's sides above the level of the deck. An interesting observation about bulwarks and defenses. You probably have heard that the Spartans were fierce warriors. In fact, they were so macho that they took a dismissive view of walls. They refused to fortify their cities, and ridiculed those who did as cowards. They would say those people trusted in bricks instead of their courage. Look at those juicy turn INS. They held that line, pun intended, until the Persian king Xerxes threatened to subjugate all Greece. Nice? Oh, what luck. Ding level 11. Looking good there if we must say. Ironically, it was then that the Spartans took their most legendary stand, using what was effectively a wall, in Thermopylae, in 480 BC. I guess that could be an argument for walls working. However, every good argument needs a counter-argument to go with it. These old walls at the Undercity have sure seen better days, haven't they? Well, that's about all she wrote, friends. See you next time, as we go into the Undercity for the first time, finish up questing in Brill, and move on to Silver Pine Forest.